Our solutions to our relationship issues can sometimes be right under our noses and we don't even realize it. Hi, my name is Leah Chantella and I've been helping people with relationships for quite some time. And this morning I was meditating and tuning into my intuition, and these problems that I've been facing for years suddenly dismantle themselves pretty immediately when it was their right timing. But I just had to take that time to slow down enough to meditate to find the right solutions to the problems that I've been having in my career. And the same thing can happen in our relationships. Sometimes we're having problems. We have a partner that's behaving aggressively. They get really angry about the littlest thing, and it could be an insecurity, it could be a drama, but we don't know why. Like, we're genuinely baffled by it, and then we don't know what to do when it comes to solving the problem. So the first lesson in that is the solution is not always what you think it should be. So if you're trying to save a relationship that's meant to fall apart, you sometimes have to just let it fall apart, and it causes more suffering to try to save or hang on to the relationship rather than just letting it go by the wayside. And it doesn't mean you don't care, but we can't always control the other person, especially when they're very logically driven by insecurities and they're paranoid and anxious and their left brains. There's not much we can do as sensitive, intuitive people. We're not going to dismantle the machine of their mind. And so we have to let them be and let them make their own choices. Even if we feel it's the wrong choice, everybody has their own spiritual path and their own journey, and we can't always control what another person does. So we just need to let things unfold naturally. And the second point that I want to make is the solution to the problem might not always be what we think. We have many layers to our mind, and our intellect will make this hardcore barrier in our heads about this is the way our life has to be. It has to be familiar. We have to eat the same food. We have to live in the same place that we've always lived. And that may not be the right solution to you. Your partner problem could also be a geography problem. Maybe you just live in a really poor region, and even though you're abundant, you're having trouble relating to the people around you because a lot of them are on unemployment or disability, and they're really struggling while you are thriving yourself as a sensitive person. And so it's hard to find a good dating pool. And you may need to geographically relocate, at least temporarily, while you're looking for a decent enough partner to help you in life, because partners who are constantly living on the street or into drugs and alcohol will only bring you suffering and misery. And then thirdly, you also may need to self-reflect about how you're showing up in the relationship, and the problems in the relationship may not be what you expect. Maybe you have this really cool and calm exterior, but you're not really sharing what's important to you. And even though it's important to have boundaries and be cautious of what we share, it's like in the Bible we say we don't cast our pearls before swine. We want to be cautious with our dreams. Not all partners are supportive, and they can go on the attack at the end of the relationship and hurt our feelings. But at the same time, we don't want to go the other way and be so secretive that we share nothing with our partners. If we behave that way, they pick up on that too energetically, and they might think we're cheating on them. And even though we're not actually cheating, it's more about us pursuing our dreams and keeping it private, keeping it confidential so nobody can stomp on them. We sometimes do have to show people what our dreams are in order to really process and develop a new relationship that is loving. And if we don't do that, they can get skeptical. And that is our own fault as sensitive people if we accidentally fall into that trap. We need to wind our behavior and have a look at what our machinery is doing and how we are contributing to the problems in our relationship as well. And we always contribute, no matter how cool and collective we think we are, no matter how experienced we think we are in relationships. There's always grist for the mill. There's always new things to learn. And any relationship coach that says, I've got it all, I'm perfect, I would be cautious about them because they have a lot of ego and they're not necessarily being honest about what it takes in order to relate in a really loving, compassionate relationship. They may just be showing up to life with a huge wall around themselves and not letting anybody into their lives. So what you want to do instead as a sensitive person is you do want to have boundaries, but you don't want them to be hardcore, concrete boundaries that don't let anybody in. You don't want to be so afraid and so self-protective that you never share who you are with the world. That's one of our greatest mistakes as sensitives, is that we never go on social media, we never write the books, we never pursue the hobbies that give us joy. It's like we can't post that picture on social media because I am a school teacher and someone could see it who is a student. And that's really, really sad when you have those ego limits on yourself that you can't do things because of what other people think. And I'm really grateful I'm not a school teacher for that reason. And I'm not saying don't do something that would put your career in danger if you really like being a school teacher. But also be aware that we actually put limits on ourselves because we're so worried about what other people think. And that could be our own intellect that's blocking us from finding happiness, when it's actually safe for us to be our authentic selves and go out into society and find people who actually love us for who we really are. I want to pull in a partner who loves me for me. It's like, why would I put out this fake false persona that I'm wearing long skirts all the time and going to church because I think that's going to pull in the right partner? It's like, if that's not who you are, like if that is you, then embrace that. Be a grandma and embrace it. But if that's not you, don't try to be like that, because that's actually going to set you back in your relationships. You know, you just have to be true to yourself first. And then if partners don't accept you for who you are, then they're not the right partner for you, and it's better to let them go. It's better to pull in somebody who actually feels happy being with the person that you are authentically and that you're not trying to hide from anyone.